Hello viewers, this is Too Fast here. In today's video I will show you this very interesting car dash camera. This dash cam is called a Mini Q9. Now it records in full HD, which is quite common, and it has a built-in GPS antenna, and it can be powered 3 different ways. One way is to use a car cigarette lighter plug. Second way is to hardwire this to the car's fuse box. It will allow the dash cam to go into parking mode when you turn off the ignition. Now the third way you can power this, and this is something I've not seen before, is you can actually power this with the OBD port. So let me unbox this and show you what the dash cam look like. Here's a dash cam. This is the windshield mount with a double-sided tape. Cigarette lighter power plug. This is the OBD power plug. This is the Hardwire kit with a fuse tap. This is a power cable with a GPS antenna. USB cable. Some mounting hardware. Cleaning cloth. And user manual. Here's a look at everything you get with this car dash camera. Let's take a closer look at this car dash camera. At the top is a 1.5-inch color LCD display. Below the display, this is the power button. This is also the OK button. On this side, this is the up select and down select button. On this side is a micro USB connector. You can use this to power the dash cam or connect this to a PC. Now there is a windshield mount that I'll show you in a second. That's where you'll connect the power cable. Below that, here is the memory card slot. And this dash cam supports up to 64 GB of memory size. At the bottom of the unit, this is the actual camera, and the lens you see here has a 160-degree viewing angle. This camera can record in 2304 by 1296p at 30 frames per second. It can also record in 1920 by 1080p, 30 frames per second, and 1280 by 720p at 60 frames per second. Now one really nice design feature about this unit is you can adjust the camera up and down 90 degrees. You can also rotate this 330 degrees. On the back of the camera there are 3 LEDs. The one on the left is for GPS, the one in the middle is for Wi-Fi, and the one on the right is for record. To install this windshield mount, place this directly onto the dash cam, then slide it. Next we'll connect the power cable to the windshield mount. On the other end of the cable, you can connect either the cigarette lighter plug, the OBD plug, or the hardwire kit. So here I'll install the memory card. Now let's power on the dash cam. You'll notice on the back of the camera there are 3 LEDs. The one on the left is a record LED, the one in the middle is a Wi-Fi LED, and the one on the right is a GPS LED. Once the unit power on, the recording will begin automatically. That's indicated by the flashing red dot right here. If you want to stop the recording, press the OK button, and then the recording will stop. To go into the setup menu, press and hold the up select button. The first menu item is resolution. Select OK to go into it. The default resolution is 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. You can select up and down to change the resolution. Next one is quality. This is for taking still pictures, super fine or fine. Next one is recycle. This is the loop recording. By default it's 1 minute. You can set it for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. I'm going to set this for 3 minutes. So what this will do is when the dash camera is recording, it will continuously record in 3-minute video clips. Beep sound, you can turn this on or off. EV exposure value, you can increase or decrease the exposure value. White balance, set for auto. ISO sensitive, this is set to auto. G sensor sensitive, this is set to middle. So if the dash cam detects an impact to the vehicle whilst recording, it will lock that video clip and it will not allow it to be overwritten. Speed stamp, you can turn this on or off. By default it's on. Date stamp, you can turn this on or off. Parking mode, Now if you go into parking mode, there are three choices: off, normal, or time lapse. If you select off, there's no parking mode. If you select normal, the dashcam will record a 1-minute video clip after you turn off the ignition, and then it'll go into standby mode. When it detects an impact to the vehicle, it will power on automatically, record a 1-minute video clip, and then turn off automatically. Next one is time lapse. If you set it for time lapse parking mode, after you turn off the ignition, it will record a 1-minute video clip, and then it will continue to record video at 1 frame per second. Driver number, power off temperature. This is a temperature protection feature in this dashcam. So by default it's set to 80 degrees Celsius. When the inside of the dashcam reaches 80 degrees Celsius, the dashcam will power off automatically. You can go as high as 85 degrees, which is 185 degrees Fahrenheit, or you can turn it off. Time setup, here you can set up the time, but if you have the GPS antenna connected, it will set the time automatically. Format to format the microSD memory card. Default setting, version of the software. Now we're back to resolution. To exit the menu, press and hold the up select button. Now while it's recording, if you see something happening on the road, you can lock that video clip so it will not be overwritten. You can do that by pressing the down select button. If you press it again, it will unlock that video clip. Also while it's recording, if you want to take a snapshot picture, press the up select button. Now let me show you the 3 different power connectors you get with this dash cam, starting with the bottom one right here. This is the OBD connector. Let me zoom in here, I'll show you the pinout. As you can see on this OBD connector, there are only 2 pins. Pin 4 is ground, pin 16 is 12 volt. So with these 2 pins, it'll provide 12 volt to the dash cam to power it. On the right side here is the cigarette lighter plug. When you turn on the ignition, it'll provide power to the dash cam. On the left side here is the Hardwire kit. On one end, you have this connector that you connect to your wiring harness. On the other end, there are 3 wires. The black wire is ground, the yellow wire is constant 12 volt, and the red wire is ignition 12 volt. Now one thing you'll notice with the yellow and red wire is they've already provided you the fuse tap. This is the mini fuse. So it's nice that they included the fuse tap for you, but depending on the type of fuse you have in your vehicle, this might not work. Many of the newer vehicles use the low profile mini fuse, and some of the older vehicles use the ATO fuse. So if you have those vehicles, you'll need to cut these off and then use the fuse tap that will fit your vehicle. With the double-sided tape backing removed, I'm going to go ahead and place the dash cam in this position right here on the windshield. Run the power cable along the headliner over to the A-pillar. You also need to stick this GPS antenna at the very top of the windshield. If you're using the cigarette lighter adapter, just plug into your accessory outlet. Once you turn on the ignition, the dash cam will turn on and begin recording. If you're using the OBD power adapter, you can plug this directly into the OBD port. With the OBD connector connected, when you start the vehicle, the dash cam will turn on. Now on this Honda vehicle, when I turn off the ignition, the recording will continue for about 2 minutes and then it will turn off automatically. If you want to install this Hardwire kit, there are 3 wires you need to connect. The red wire is ignition 12 volt, yellow wire is constant 12 volt, and the black wire is chassis ground. Now you'll notice at the end of the red and yellow wire, there's already a fuse tap that's installed. This is a mini fuse. So if your vehicle uses a low profile mini fuse or an ATO fuse, you will need to cut off these fuse taps and connect the proper one. Looking at the back side of the fuse panel cover, I'll be connecting the yellow wire, which is a constant 12 volt, to this spot right here. This is the 20 amp sunroof fuse. Now I don't have a sunroof, so this is open. As for the ignition 12 volt, I'll have to tap into this one right here, which is the ACC or accessory fuse. So here I'm going to pull out the 20 amp sunroof fuse, which I'm not using. And I'll connect the yellow wire, which is the constant 12 volt wire, to this fuse. Now for the ignition 12 volt, I'll be using this 10 amp fuse, and this is already used by the vehicle. So what I'll need to do is use a proper fuse tap like this one here. This will allow me to piggyback a new circuit onto an existing fuse. So what I'll do is remove this 10 amp fuse and then plug the existing fuse into this fuse tap, and then install this fuse tap into the spot. To connect these two red wires together, you'll need to cut off this fuse tap and then crimp this onto this red wire here. With the two fuse taps installed, go ahead and put this cover back on. And here I install the ground wire onto a bolt that's on the firewall. Once I start the vehicle, the dash cam will power on. Now let me show you how the parking mode works with the hardwire installed. First, press the OK button to stop the recording. Now go into the menu setup, scroll down until you get to parking mode. Right now the setting is off. We'll change that to time lapse. Select OK. Exit the setup. You can start the recording. Now when I turn off the ignition, the recording will continue for about a minute. The dash cam will shut off automatically and go into parking mode to record at 1 frame per second. So right now the LCD turned off. If you look at the record LED, it will flash every 1 second. So even though the unit looks like it's off, it's recording at 1 frame per second right now. And if you start the vehicle, the dash cam will power on again. Next, we'll try the other parking mode called normal. Stop the recording, go into setup, go back into parking mode, change to normal, okay, exit the menu. Now when I turn off the ignition, the recording will continue for about a minute and then it will shut off. But in this normal parking mode, the dash cam will be in standby mode and ready to detect any impact to the vehicle, and if it senses any impact, it will turn on automatically, record a 1 minute video clip, and then turn off. So you just saw the dash cam turn off. I'll simulate an impact by hitting the A pillar. You see the dash cam turn on, and now it will record the 1 minute video clip. Also the lock icon is on, so this video clip is locked. As you can see, this Mini Q9 dashcam has a lot of great features. I like the fact that they've included 3 different ways for you to power this dashcam. You have the standard cigarette lighter plug. You also have the OBD plug, which is something I've not seen before. And they've also included an actual hardwire kit. And with this hardwire kit, the dashcam can have a proper working parking mode. And with the parking mode, they've even given you either time-lapse recording or impact detection. So when it senses any impact to the vehicle, it will turn on and record a 1-minute video clip. Of course, most importantly, as you saw in the recorded daytime and nighttime video, this dashcam has very good video recording. During the daytime, you can see the license plate numbers in front of you. I also like the overall design of this dashcam. It's very compact, and the camera itself can be swiveled left and right and up and down. Now, if you want to learn more about this Mini Q9, I will include the link in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and don't forget to click on thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.